Good morning, guys. Happy Tuesday. Today we're going to start with a big book. This big book is called Larry Gets Lost in Seattle. Has anybody ever been to Seattle? Seattle is in Washington. It's known for the Space Needle. I've only been to Seattle once, and when I was in Seattle, the Seahawks were playing in the playoffs, and it was crazy because this Space Needle, it was lit up in green and blue and had a flag. I think it had the number 12 flying on it. It was very cool, very fun. So Larry gets lost in Seattle. So Seattle is a real place. Okay, so this story is going to be about Pete is the boy and Larry is the dog. Pete's dog, Larry, gets lost in Seattle. And here is a picture of our United States. Okay, our Colorado is right here. And Seattle is right here, the red one. Okay, all the way up on the northern coast, touching Canada. Okay, here's Seattle's map. Okay, so here is our key. Let me see if I can get this all in. Here's Seattle's key. Number 1, right down here, is Washington State Ferries. Number 2 is Pioneer Square. Number 3, right here, is the Underground Tour. I've been on that. Number 4 is the Hammering Man, and that's way up here, and there's a real picture inside this map so that you can tell what this really looks like. Number 5 is, where is number 5? 5 is way down here, and that's going to be the Quest Field and Safeco Field. Number 6 is Pike's Place Market. I've been there too. It's where they throw the fish. Number 7 is the Space Needle that we were talking about. That's the restaurant at the top of the Space Needle, slowly spins round and round. Number 8 is the Experience Music Project, or EMP. Very cool museum. Number 9 is, where's number 9? Oh, there's number 9. Okay, and that's the Fremont Troll. He lives under the bridge and he's holding a red car. So that's real. It's not a real troll, but it's like a statue. Number 10 was Waiting for the Interurban. Number 10, Waiting for the Interurban, and that's a statue also. These statues have been waiting for the bus since 1979. That's 40 years ago. People like to dress them up in different clothes. Number 11 is Lake Union houseboats. So I'm assuming they're going to be near water. There's the lake, East Lake Union. So there's the houseboats. And number 12 is the Ballard Locks. Number 12 is the Ballard Locks. Those are types of bridges. Okay. Number 13 is Elke Beach, and that's all right here. And number 14 is the Smith Tower. Let's see where number 14 is. Where is number 14? I can't find number 14 on here. Maybe I'm missing something. Smith Tower, number 14. 12, 9. I don't know. Who knows? But here is our story. This is Larry. This is Pete. They ride together in the back seat. Because their car wouldn't float, they drove their car onto a boat. Does anybody know what this kind of boat is called? This is called a ferry. Mom and Dad and Pete and Larry crossed the water on a ferry. Soon a city was very near. The ferry boat docked beside a pier. There's the ferry boat, there's the pier. Pioneer Square was their very first stop, a real fun place to eat and shop. Just then, Larry saw a treat. He quickly bounded up the street, but after running several feet, he realized that he'd lost Pete. Look, he's turning his head so fast it looks like he has two heads. He searched Seattle's underground, but the friend he searched for was not around. He asked a giant if he'd seen Pete that day, but the giant said nothing. He just hammered away. He ran past the stadium where football teams meet to the baseball field right across the street. He saw some salmon passing by, not in the water, but in the sky. Over his head, a silver train raced toward a saucer that seemed to be from outer space. Even stranger, the bright-colored building next door looked just like a pile of clothes on the floor. Not finding his friend who was troubling Larry, in fact, things around him were getting quite scary. Uh-oh, who did Larry meet? The troll. Oh, but notice, somebody's looking for Larry. He saw some people waiting by the street, but something told him they couldn't help him find Pete. Larry then ran through a strange little town, built on the water instead of the ground. Then a big fat creature blocked Larry's way. Nothing Larry did could make him go away. What is blocking Larry? A seal? With a running start, Larry leapt, landing on the boat where a sea captain slept. Who was right behind Larry? Oh no! The captain laughed and picked Larry up. Is that your owner, you lost pup? There's Pete waving. Larry was so excited. He and Pete were reunited. The captain called Pete's dad on the phone. Don't worry, Larry. You'll soon be home. They passed through a gate, and a moment later, the water dropped like an elevator. here. There's those locks like the bridges. Larry's family was soon within reach. They agreed to meet at Alki Beach. They fell asleep as their car drove away. It had been quite an unforgettable day. Okay, and here are some real pictures of Pioneer Square, the scary troll, the fish market, football stadium, Space Needle, the cool EMP, the beach, and the ferry. I'm still looking for number 14. Ah, there's number 14. There's number 14. That's the Smith Tower. So he went 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Right here to the Space Needle, 8. Oh, 9. He crossed over 10, 11, 12, 13. 10, 11, 12, all the way down 13. He went all around Seattle. He went all around Seattle. Oh my goodness, I think I loved this book. This was a great one. I think it's extra special that I have been to that place, so that makes me pretty happy. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed the Larry Gets Lost in Seattle, written by John Skewes and Robert Schwartz, and illustrated by John Skewes. And now let's get straight into literacy. It will be a short one since we had a pretty long book to read. So we're going to start off with segmenting syllables again. These syllables will have a suffix at the end, okay? So our first word is loudly. Okay, clap. Loudly. How many? 2 syllables. Loudly. 2. Okay, I'm going to say the word. I want you to clap. All right? Next word. Helpful. Helpful. How many? 2 syllables. Helpful. Next word. Really. Really. 2 syllables. Next word, maker. Maker. 2 syllables. Next word, useful. Useful. 2 syllables. Helpless. 2 syllables. Now this one. Happily. 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 How many? 3 syllables. Hopefully you guys didn't get stuck on the 2, 2, 2, 2, 2. Had to go with 3, that last one. Okay, now I'd like you guys to make a chart just like I did yesterday. Actually, no, I don't want you to do that because we're not going to have enough room on a single piece of paper. I would like you guys to write down. So we're going to be writing down this way or down this way, whatever you want to write down. We're going to start with a base word, and then we're going to change the suffixes to see if it changes the word. Okay? So our first word is help. 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 Okay? Now I want you to write helpful. Helpful. H-E-L-P-F-U-L. Helpful. So here is our first suffix, full. Base word, suffix. Next word, helpless. That means the opposite of helpful, because helpful means with help, and helpless means without help. Help less. Base word, suffix. Now our next word, helper. And remember that the suffix means someone who. So what is a helper? A helper, he is someone or she is someone who helps. Help, base word, suffix. Now there is not a word that says helply. So we're not going to put helply, okay? Helpful would be that adverb to describe how something was being helped, okay? So our next word is going to be let's do careful. Okay, careful. So our base words start with care as our very first word, I'm sorry. Care, C-A-R-E, care. Bossy E word, right? Now, care, base word, full, suffix. Careful, that means they are with care, careful. Careless, care, base word, less. Notice there is still an E. In our other suffix like ing, we had to change that E, and we dropped the E just to an ing. These suffixes, nothing changes to add the full and the less. Now I want to write down somebody that is someone who cares. Okay, and that would be a carer. Now there is not two E's, because that would say career. This is carer, someone who cares. And then there is no carely. Okay, so let's do one with slow is our base word. Slow is our base word. Okay, slow is also a way to move, right? Slow. So if I want you to slow down, I want you to go slower. Now, slower is not someone, right? You can't be a slow. But if you are going slow, a slower is when it goes down. The speed goes down, slower. And then our last word today is slowly. And that's one of our adverbs that describes how it's happening. Same with this one, but this is our ly that we talked about last week. Slow, base word, ly, suffix. Slowly. All right, guys. I am going to say that is enough literacy today. I hope you enjoyed the read aloud. It was one of my favorite stories that we've read this year. I thought it was pretty silly. I bet you could find that on Epic. So I will see you guys later for math. Bye.